Hope everyone's doing well. Sort that out a bit. There we go. Yeah, a bit later today, 2:45. But as promised, we're going to go live depending on the internet. So, internet seems good. So hence the reason why we've gone live. So if you bear with us, guys, we are going to just share the stream around and go from there. So just bear with us, guys. There we go. Guys, just please bear with us with the internet. We'll try and get it back if we it. Who's it? Oh. Oh, I'm keeping on to see what place we're going to look for.
Okay. I'm looking for something.
Might have to turn that one off.
Everybody sees something. Hi everyone, is anybody there?
I hope so.
It's been a while. We didn't go live. How many days? 3 days?
No,
4
two.
days? 3 days?
2 days,
Yeah.
yeah.
So because we don't have any prayer. Rex, unahan yan. Rex na narinig pa.
Yeah, the internet's not been good for the past 2 days, guys, so that's the reason why we've not gone live. It's kept dropping. Yes, not yesterday, day before, we said we were going to go live. Unfortunately, as soon as I posted that out, there's nothing we could have done there, guys.
Yeah.
So hopefully we'll get people coming in. Philip, Kuya, how you doing?
Kuya, how
What
you
are you
doing?
doing?
It's been a while.
How you
Good
doing,
to
buddy?
see you.
Just bear with me, Kuya. I'm just trying to share the stream around, so if you can do that also, that would be really
Yeah.
helpful.
It's too hot in here, especially because pretty soon it's gonna be Holy Week. Holy Week, which is in the Philippines we call Mahal na Araw is coming. So it's which is they call Good Friday and Saturday and Sunday, you know. So we're going to So we're gonna have this. It's too hot in here, Kuya. Really hot. There's
It
no
is warm,
air. There's
to
no
be
wind.
honest.
It's just.
I'm
Another
calling
thing
our swimming
also
pool.
is we can get out because we're in
Lockdown again.
GCQ lockdown again. So it's really bad. So
Thanks
we
to
have
Britain.
we have to
Awesome.
stay here in the house again. Like before, last year, starting March, we stayed in the house. So yeah, that's the bad part. Meaning sad part also. So I think a lot of people right now is like swimming in their house, that they have a small swimming pool. It's good to have that, but the thing is we have a small swimming pool. We would like to buy another one, but the problem is 3 days ago we have swimming pool and then the dog.
If while I'm doing this, please just keep an eye on that.
So yeah, here guys, waiting for that because it's really the internet just came back yesterday after night. We've been waiting because they have a problem with the net outside in the subdivision, so we are, having a problem with the connection all the time. So that's the reason why we can't go online. I mean, go live all the time. So if you hopefully you guys can understand us, you know.
So yeah, guys, if we do buffer, please stay with us. All right, we will try and get it back. If we can't get it back for any reason, we will put it down in chat.
Yeah, because
Just so
so how are you, Kuya? Are you still there? Sorry about the connection. It's really, really bad. We can't predict this connection all the times, every day.
no, it's a
always
bleeding nightmare.
On and off, it's hard to get it.
I mean, we try and go live every day, guys, just so we can
trying
keep
to.
our views up and that.
Yeah.
Because we don't get much on videos, and we especially don't get much on lives. But
Yeah.
you know, we try and get something in.
Yeah. So yeah, it's very, very hot every day. It's like starting at 7 o'clock. Oh my God, it's just you sweat.
Terrible.
There's no air like coming to the house, nothing like that. Unless you're in the aircon all the time inside, but you know, we don't use aircon. You know, electric is too expensive.
It is. It's bloody ridiculous, the prices.
So we can have a fan as we can.
That reminds me, can anyone hear the fan?
Yeah, can anyone?
Shouldn't do, but if anyone can, let us
It
know.
is okay. Send out, share. Thank you so much, Kuya. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Kuya. Sorry, guys, I'm still just sharing around, so just bear with me. I am trying to.
I think everybody's busy
Get it
because
over.
it's a Easter, you know. Everybody's busy.
I missed the heat. So, obviously, is what you see in the comments. Sorry, not in the comments. Is that I read something yesterday on. There we go. It's picked up a couple of Chinese vessels down. I think it said near Palawan, off the coast down there. Now, obviously, all that's broke loose, flipping, everything's gone all haywire, and the Philippine president, Durante or something like that, that's the one, has basically got in touch with the Chinese official over here in the Philippines to basically say what's going on here, and China has turned around and said basically that it's part of their territory because it's called South China Sea, when it's not. It's actually the Philippine Sea, so it's part of the Philippine territory. So all things is breaking loose at the moment, but the question is, will the Philippines go to war with China, or vice versa? Will China declare war with Philippines? Now, this has been a question with quite a few countries so far, because Australia's got involved, and so has the United States of America. They've got involved now, due to all this, due to obviously a lot of bickering in what China's doing around Filipino waters. So the question is, will there be a war?
I hope not.
We don't know, because let's face it, if China does invade the Philippines, I don't think the Philippines will last very long, because it's not a big army, guys, and even though they're well trained, they're not particularly that great at training. So we don't know. It's one of them things. I know it's been happening quite a while. Articles coming out saying obviously China's starting with the Philippines and stuff like that, hence the reason why the US has sent warships over, and now they still are still patrolling in the South China Sea. I don't know how long that will last now Biden's in control, but obviously Trump did send a couple of warships down, a couple of aircraft carriers, stuff like that, over to the Philippines to basically stand guard and keep watch on China.
Yeah.
Now, I remember watching something on a news article as well saying that there was an American surveillance plane looking over China's warships just off the one off China's coast. I'm not 100% sure where, but yeah, it's getting quite hairy, to be honest. It's like, what will happen? You know, will it be like another World War II where Japan took out Philippines, or will Australia and America come to the aid? I mean, I guarantee if America gets involved, then the British will get involved, and will it force another World War Two? World War Three. You know, you just don't know these things. But yeah, it's not looking great at the moment, to be honest, against the Philippines and China. They're at each other's necks, to be honest. But are you a Trump fan? Sounds like you just said. I'm a bit of hit and miss, Philip. Cool, to be honest. Hiya Bill, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I was agreeing with a lot of things Trump was doing. But some of it I think he could have been a bit more delicate towards, but that was Trump, you know what I mean? And I think that's what America needed, was someone who basically just didn't take no shit off people, and that's what a country needs, basically. And I think Trump delivered that. I know obviously the missus, MJ, she is a Trump supporter, a lot better from what we oh, bye. Oh, all right, okay. So yeah, obviously, I hope you was messing around with that. But yeah, obviously, like, you know, there's a lot of things he could have done better. But to be honest, you know, I'm not in any space to say anything because he's not my president. You know,
Yeah.
I'm British. Oh yeah, you still there? I'm guessing you wasn't a Trump supporter, but yeah. So, but never mind. But yeah. So obviously, I'm not
Thank you, Kuya, for stopping
obligated
by.
to say anything. Like I said, he did some things what was right, and he did things what was wrong. You know, it's one of them things, unfortunately. Just like any leader in the world. But do I agree that he was trying to cut down on immigrants? Yeah, I do. Because I think Britain should follow suit, to be honest. Do I agree that he was building a wall between Mexico and America? No, I don't. I don't believe he should have been doing that. I think that's taking a step too much. But him trying to, you know, make America better, I do suggest he was trying his hardest. And yeah, he's not a politician, guys. He's a businessman. And at the end of the day is, look how many people who's been politicians and got presidency, and look where the country ended up. You know, it's same in the UK. The UK with all the prime ministers and that. You know, we've ended up with shit prime ministers since World War II. So it's one of them things, guys. You know what I mean? But obviously, people probably won't agree with Trump, and yeah, that's their own opinion. You know, my opinion is that he did some things what was good and some things what was bad. It was one of them catch-22 situations. So, you know, people don't like him, and that's fair enough. That's up to them. You know, but like I said, I can't say I like him or I don't like him because he's not my president. I've not lived in the situation under their rules. So too early to tell, but I'm afraid to top guy will try to kiss you. No what? No hope. No what? Hope not. Who do you mean, Biden or Trump? But yeah, guys. So it's, I don't know. It's one of them catch-22 things. But like I said, guys,
Guys, wait a second, because I was going outside. I'm trying to put water in a plant, and someone in our neighborhood said like, hey, you need to put a mask because the brown guys over there, they're gonna get you up and around and round. Someone just got it, the kids, and then they just outside without mask. They got fined.
Well, out your gate.
Yeah, out of the gate. You need to have your.
That's how bad it is over here,
Yeah,
guys.
so
It's like you can't even go out your freaking gate without getting done. You know, you can kind of understand if you're going away from your house, but outside your gate, come on, really. But Biden, yeah, I agree. I mean, like I said, it's too early to tell. But Biden's been watching the news and so on and so forth about the situation. He's not particularly liked in America, but obviously he's got quite a few supporters, and he won. Now people can say he was won fair and square, and some people can say he wasn't, but that's another catch-22 situation. You know, what actually happened, no one truly knows. So can we speculate and do all that? Then sure, anybody can do that, but whether they'll find out the truth, I don't think anybody will. But it's one of them things, you know. I don't exactly know what his plans are, you know. News coverage has only done certain areas, and now that's all well and good. I support that, but at the end of the day, he's doing it to try and cut down on mass shootings in America. And again, fair enough. You know, I totally support that because there's too many of them. But at the end of the day guys, no one has to have an assault rifle in order to do a mass shooting. They can get automatic pistols. That's not classed as an assault rifle, and yet they can do just as much damage. So, is it really going to counteract the problem? I don't think it is, in my own opinion. But yet again, guys, I'm not from America. I don't know the situations in and out. You know, all I can see is what the news tells us and what other Americans has told us as well. So, you know, it's one of them things. But yeah, but yeah, I think I think the Philippines is actually fine. I mean, what do you guys think? Have you guys seen anything on the Philippines about China and that? Sprite, love it. Love the stuff. First I heard. Oh really? I first heard it a few months back. It was starting towards back end of last year, where China was basically doing shit, and America got involved. And people was wondering back then, is it going to start into a World War III like? But then obviously everything settled down, and then obviously I've just seen this news article where China's ships are actually in Filipino waters docking. Now China's come across and said that they're only fishing vessels out of the way of the rough seas vessels, but at the end of the day they're not allowed to fish in Filipino waters. You know what I mean? And the Philippines are trying to protect their wildlife in their coastlines. So if they fish, you know, it's nothing to declare war on, but if China then starts saying, well, we're not having this, we're going to freaking take you, then that is to do with a war situation, you know. And for Australia and the US getting involved, all this outrage between the Philippines and China, you know, will it not start a war in the future? I mean, who knows? We don't know the situation. We just only hope that it doesn't, because we don't know if it will end up like World War II, when I said about when Japan attacked the Philippines. Will it be a massacre just like it was then? I know obviously this day and age has done things a lot differently now, especially in warfare. But yet again, I'm not from China. I don't know how they do things. You know, they can be just as brutal now. They can
True.
commit war crimes and everything by killing people, just like what the Japanese did. So the thing is you have sent out the National Guard and the Filipino Navy to patrol all around that area, keeping an eye on their ships basically, because they don't trust them. And that's the thing. If one country don't trust another, 8 times out of 10 a war starts. You know, that's just one of the, you only have to look at the Iraq war. That started off because Bush and Blair both thought that Saddam had weapons of mass destruction. Obviously it turned out that they didn't. It all came out that it was due to oil.
Yeah, because
So, you know, but that just proves the point of, if you don't have a trust for the country and you want something, then they're going to take it. And you know, China wants to fish in these seas, so if they want it that bad, then you know, what's stopping them in trying to take it so it becomes part of China? You know, there's nothing stopping them. But this is the thing. I mean, will China be stupid enough to do that? Because if they do that, the Philippines have a lot of allies. For example, Australia, it's not that far away. They've got, I think Japan's part of their allies now. I don't know. I can't particularly tell you that. But even still, I think Japan will get involved again. America will definitely get involved. I guarantee British will get involved. You know, there's a load of different things, guys, what will happen. And it's a catch-22, will it happen? You just can't predict the future, unfortunately. But yeah, so it is an interesting topic. I wish Kuya stayed a bit longer, but obviously he wasn't supporting anything. It's fair enough, you know. The thing is, guys, you can't judge a person just on who is right. Like I said, at the end of the day I can't really say I support this person, I support that person. America's not my country, you know. So I have no obligation to support anyone. I can freaking hate all of them. But at the end of the day if I see that they're doing something right, I will say that they're doing something right. But if I see something that they're doing wrong, I will say that they're doing wrong. And I guarantee a lot of Americans will support me on that. But at the end of the day if somebody else wants to hold me accountable for saying that I support Trump, I don't support Trump, I don't support Biden, I don't support anybody because they're not my president. I just agree on some situations he's done, and I disagree on most what he's done. You know, it's one of them things. You just can't, you know. So, but if they want to hold me accountable for it and come off the live just because obviously I say that he's done some right for the country and some wrong, then that's up to them. That's their freedom to do that, you know. But don't hold accountable people for what people is trying to do. I judge a person by what they do, not their beliefs. Exactly, yeah. I totally agree. You know, hope not. If war broke out, that will be the end. It will just expand and get worse. Yeah, but obviously I think this is why a lot of things are trying to counteract that before it happens, because I think if China see that the Philippines is backed up by all these native countries like Australia, America and a couple of other countries, then I don't if they did, you know. But you don't know what will happen, you know. They might just be as bad as thinking. They don't care because they've got the numbers, you know. They have got a big army, but at the end of the day if they're not well trained and stuff like that, then their numbers count for nothing, really, in my opinion. You just have to look at the obvious signs back in history when Spartans went up against the Persian Empire. You know, 300 Spartans took on thousands and thousands of Persians. You know, yeah, sure, they had that narrow gate. It's not like that anymore. But at the end of the day, if people use the ground and show dominance that they've got out almighty powers, stronger powers than what they are, numbers don't account for anything, in my opinion. So, but yeah, it's quite an interesting topic, this one, on the future for the Philippines. But like I said, if the Philippines was left to their own battle, it'll definitely end badly for the Philippines, definitely. Because they're not a big nation, you know. They've got tough fighters, they've got tough soldiers, but again, when it's that low down against a country what's huge, you physically can't win it. Don't matter how good, how well trained you are. You know, even Britain, if they went up against China, it'd be a tough battle. Don't get me wrong, and it'll probably. I would like to say Britain will win, but due to that, I think when I looked at the numbers between China and Britain, I think it was like 100 to 1. So there's a lot more firepower there. So it's one of them. It's one of them things that if China did ever invade Philippines, would China be able to get onto the Philippine shores before the native allies respond, or will the native allies respond before China gets here? That is the big question in all this, to be honest, because for the sake of the Filipino people, you would hope that the allies would actually get here before China does. Problem is, most Americans don't have what is needed to fight a war. If you took today's mentality back to 1939, we would have lost. Well, yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, totally agree with that. And it's same with Britain at the end of it as well, because if you look back in World War II and one, for example, both wars, millions of people, even children, was lying about their age just so they could go and fight for the country. You don't get that now. You know, they wouldn't even think twice in joining the army. They don't even bother. You know, and I'm presuming it will be the same in America. You know, that it's hard because, like you said, it's the mentality of people growing up now. They don't really care anymore. Now, obviously, if something happens to Britain like it did in World War II, you know, I really don't think we would hold out on our own as much as what we did back then, because we've hardly any ships. I think we've got 7 to 10 warships and about 3 submarines. I think that's it. That's all we've got in the Navy. And the RAF, we've got a few aircraft, and the Army obviously, but we've only got like 356 tanks, and that's split over about 6 different tank regiments. You know, so I mean, this is how ridiculous the British government are doing, and they're thinking about getting rid of the tanks because they don't think it'll be any beneficiary to if we ever go to war anymore. The tanks won't be needed, because in some you can understand it in some point of view, because in some countries the tanks can't go there because they're just too heavy. For example, Afghan in the Green Zone, we never had any tanks out there because they were just too heavy. You couldn't manoeuvre them around as good, so they brought out these light vehicles, what was just as armoured, not near as enough armoured as what a tank was, but they never had any tanks. So why would you use a tank against no tanks? It doesn't make sense. It's waste of resources, waste of money, and risking for them to get manoeuvrability and braking all the time because of the ground. So you can understand it in that point of view, but say if Russia ever kicks off, we will need them tanks to feed their tanks. You know, if we don't have any tanks, it's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel, you know. That's the thing what's happening. But I don't think they'll get rid of them anytime soon, Britain, because they've just brought out a new variant of the Challenger 2 called the Black Knight, I think it is, off the top of my head. and it's all been looked at, redesigned, stuff like that. It still looks similar. All it is, it's completely black now with radar affected paint, so obviously radar can't pick it up. Obviously it's been built in a way, since Challenger 2 came out, it was built in a way where there was no flat surfaces, only on the engine decks. You know, that was the only flat surface they could find. On the turret and on the front, it's all sloped, so when the radar came down to try and pin it, they can't. It will come down and bounce off, and that was the whole point of sloped armour. Even on the sides of the vehicle going all the way down where the exhaust is sloped down like that. So it's only the engine louvers and engine decks where it's flat. So, but it's been all painted black now, so it's even harder to get picked up by radar. Also, they've uprated the firing systems inside, and also they've updated the front of it as well. Now obviously every tank can be fitted with a massive bulldozer scoop for going through minefields and stuff like that. So it does look pretty mean, to be fair. They've also put a 50 caliber remote weapon system, RWS, on top. What else have they done now? I think they've uprated the coaxial machine gun. But all it is behind it is just a GPMG fitted backing, what fits into a mounted barrel what's always there, unless obviously you change it. You don't need to keep taking it out though. But yeah, there's a lot of things what's actually been done on the Challenger 2 to update it to modern warfare. And the reason for that is because obviously Russia was kicking off with Britain not long ago. So obviously, well, saying not long ago, it's a few years ago now, and that's why they were starting to improvise on a redesign of the Challenger 2, just in case there was it's basically more focused now for a tank-on-tank battle more than it ever has been. So that's the side what we're looking at the moment. Though I don't know where everyone's at. We've only got 3 people in chat. Well, saying 3 people, 2 of them's me and 1's you, Bill. But yeah, I don't know where everyone is. Normally you get people coming in now. But yeah, unfortunately there's a lot of shit what's going on around the world, to be honest. A lot of shit what's going on around the world. But I'm hoping stuff will pick up, especially for the Philippines, because the last thing they need is a war. I'll tell you what, definitely. Last thing they need is a war. So I don't know if it's worth going live on Dragon Lady's account, see if anybody comes on there. Because there's not many people coming here. So, what is it? I would say we've not even got to an hour and we've hardly had anybody. I don't know. I do not know. Because if I do go live, it'll just be me talking, because she buggers off all the time. She never sticks around. I don't think she's interested in YouTube anymore, guys, I've got to be honest. I really don't. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think she is. It's like as soon as I mention YouTube, it's like proper zones out. You know? But I know it's late in America and I know it's early-ish in the UK, but it's like what? 7:25 in the UK now. What's that, Bill? The way the world is going, I think it's getting to the point that if some countries start losing a war, they will just nuke. Thinking if I'm going to lose, everybody will. Well, yeah, But the thing is, I don't think the Philippines have nukes. I really don't. I don't think they have any nuclear weapons. I could be wrong, but I don't think they do. I really don't. Yeah, I don't think they have weapons. But if you do know that if they have any thing, hey Rachel, how you doing? Rachel, can you share us around? We were just thinking. I was just thinking, shall I end this because no one's coming in? So yeah, if you can share us around, Rachel, that'd be great. Thank you. So yeah, it's I don't know. It's interesting, isn't it? Because like I said, I don't think the Philippines have nuclear weapons. I don't even think the missus will know that. Probably not, but the Allies will. Oh yeah, definitely. I know Australia do. The America definitely does. We do. But the thing is, do you think that the Allies will result into using them if it's not their country what's losing? You know, I don't think they will. I think they'll just keep on fighting and fighting and fighting until they gain control of that land. I think that's what will happen. I don't think they'll be stupid enough in order to unleash a nuke, to be honest.
Yeah, I'll be right back. I'm back.
You're back when I start a fight. Every time, guys, I spark up a ciggy, she buggers off for like hours on end. As soon as I get a ciggy out and sparks it up, she sits there. You know what I mean? She comes out, and then what does she do? Have a go at me that I'm smoking next to her. It's like a radar system what goes on. He's starting to smoke, let's go out and get him. Rachel says, hi Bill, and hi Dragon
Hi
Leader.
Rachel, good to see you.
So, you're a pain in the ass, you.
I'm gonna
But,
have to do the laundry anyway, I'll start pretty soon. But for now,
Hey, this is a long shot, this. But
Yeah.
do you know if the Philippines have nuclear weapons? I don't think they do they?
A what?
Philippines. I don't think they have nuclear weapons, do they?
Who?
Nuclear weapons.
I'm not sure.
No, I don't think they do. I don't think they do because obviously how small the nation is, but
I really don't know.
but yeah, so it's a really interesting topic what's come out, to be honest. And I saw this yesterday, and I thought, oh, I might do a live on it tomorrow, see how well it'll go. To be honest, it's not.
Everybody's busy for Easter, I
Well,
think.
they can't be busy because it's late at night in America, and it's early hours in morning in UK. Where's Bill gone? Oh, he'll be around, Rachel. He'll be around.
Probably making coffee.
Yeah, he's probably making coffee.
Coffee is good this
He
afternoon,
likes that
especially
late at
this
night.
time.
He likes coffee late
It's
at
good
night,
to
I
have
Bill.
coffee right now.
I know, I'm thinking that.
Can you make?
Iced coffee.
Yeah. We're running out of caramel.
I know.
And that's why we're gonna have to go there today and get it. That's the
8:30.
reason why we don't
Oh, is
have-
it 8:30 now? I thought it was 7:30. Oh, have you
Oh, am I?
gone forward now? Clocks has gone forward now, I'm guessing. That's it.
We got it to the Tuesday, you're back.
The Thursday.
Yeah,
well.
Thursday.
Oh. So yeah, clocks must have gone forward. I've totally forgot. That's gonna mess me up when I'm back in the UK, big time. That because over here you don't get the clocks don't go forward and they don't go back either. Over here they just stay the same all year throughout the year. So that's gonna mess me up really badly in the UK. Not sure of what the article is, but Article 2, Section 8 says nuclear weapons will not be part of their arsenal. Oh, well, there you go. So the Philippines refuse to have nuclear weapons. Fair enough, that's up to them. You know. It only takes one country though, guys, one country to be stupid enough to let go, because they know as soon as that one country lets that one go, every other country will follow suit.
True.
And the leaders of the world know that, you know. But it makes me wonder, what is the point in having them? You know, yeah, sure, it can be a defensive technique, but at the end of the day is, even if you didn't have them, and one person lets a nuclear threat go and another one does, the whole world's going to go to a massacre anyway, so wouldn't it be easier no one having them?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because let's just face it, if no one has them, there's no nuclear threat anywhere in the world. It'll just be like the normal wars, you know. But I think there's a lot of countries, especially like North Korea and that, who will threaten other countries to use them. Especially like what the Russians did back in the Cold War in the they were threatening to use their nuclear weapons against the UK. But obviously, all was well, not one got released. So, I don't know, I think it'll just be easier if no country in the world has nuclear weapons.
Yeah,
Because
it's too dangerous.
well, it's not right. I mean, but like I said, it's like giving a child 50 quid, right? If you give a child 50 quid, it's going to be itching them to go and buy something with it and spend it and waste it, right? There's going to be one leader in the world that's going to be like that, you know. They're going to have that child frame of mind where I think, oh, I've got a nuclear weapon, let's go and use it quick, you know. And then once that happens, the whole world will just be freaking devastated. It really will. And very, very close in order for that to happen was Kim Jong-un. He was in that kind of frame of mind until basically I think it was his generals what actually kicked him up his arse and said, you use that, everyone else will use it against us. And I think that's the only thing what stopped him, to be honest.
All right, Rachel. Have a good night. See you.
Alright, thanks Rachel.
Thanks for coming.
So yeah, I think that's what happened with that. So I don't know, but like I said, it only takes that one person to let one go, and that's it. The whole world will start firing nuclear weapons off like they're going out of fashion, you know. And I don't think anyone will be safe with them, because let's face it, these bunkers now, what's around the world, nuclear bunkers. The biggest one I know of only holds like, what, 4,000 people, and most of the rich will get into them. The rest of the poor side of the country will just be killed, you know, because they'll want to obviously save the rich, won't they? But the thing is, if there's a war like that going to start, then why save the rich? You know, it's not like they're going to be coming out of the bunker anytime soon afterwards and carry on with the day life, because everything will be devastated. So what is the point in saving the rich, you know? I think everyone should be equal if something like that happens, but I guarantee in most worlds it won't be equal. It'll be the rich and that's it. The poor can just suffer.
I agree.
Because that's what they're like now, without freaking nuclear war. You know, they'd rather look after the rich than things. But you can understand it to a certain point, because obviously it's the rich what brings in the money for the country. You know, the poor doesn't. But the end of the day is, when a nuclear war starts, then there's no reason for a rich man to live any less than what a poor person is. So I think everyone should be equal in that situation. But I don't know. It's one of them things, guys. Is what will happen, and we just got to sit around and wait. You know, deep down, I don't think China will be stupid enough to invade the Philippines. I really don't think they'll be stupid enough to do that. But you know, people can be wrong, so I'm just hoping I'm not wrong this time. You know, I was thinking trying to go live on your channel, see if anyone comes on there,
Yeah.
because we literally hardly had
You
anyone
okay?
in there.
We can go there.
Yeah, finish this one, go on
Okay,
there.
guys, let's go to my channel,
Right.
Dragon Lady. Let's see if anyone is there.
Yeah, first time in a long time. After a nuclear war, they're going to need people who can do manual labour in order to survive. Exactly, and the rich won't be up to doing manual labour. So if anything, the poor has more freaking reason to stay alive more than the rich, you know. But and see if anyone comes on there, because we're not really getting that many people on here. So we will go live again tomorrow, depending on the internet. So yeah, look forward to the same time tomorrow, guys. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, which is 7 o'clock in the morning now in the UK, and whatever time it is anywhere else in the world. So yeah, guys, look forward to that, and we'll see you on the Mrs. channel
Yes,
in
on my
about
channel right now.
5
See you.
minutes time. Bye, guys. See you later.